Guys, welcome back. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what the market is doing right now, and I'm just going to focus on Bitcoin because the rest really don't matter. Kind of going to follow what BTC is doing, right? So BTC has had a little bit of a dump. As you can see, we did go and test the 37,980, so almost $38,000. We tested that. In fact, we tested the $37,000 level twice, where the yellow line is. It's a yellow line that we drew a long time ago. We've tested that twice, and we did get a rejection twice. And this particular week was the worst of the rejection, which is fine. It's the first time we've tested it. We got rejected. But what you have to also understand is previously, if you look at the candles, if you look at all the previous candles, you can see that we've been pumping high for quite some time now, right? So good, month and a half, 2 months, probably even a bit longer technically, right? So by doing that, we have entered into a overbought territory, which means the market had to relax a little bit. So this one red candle, even if we get one more next week, I wouldn't worry too much about it, provided we don't fall below certain baselines, right? Certain support zones, because it's very important for us to hold support. So currently on the weekly, we have a slightly different support than the daily, right? So on the weekly, the support zone we have is around the $34,000 level. As long as we can stay above the $34,000 level, we should be good. Even if we did fall, actually, we can still survive the 30K, right? But I don't want to see 30K because that's dangerous, right? We don't want to really see that because that takes us back to the more volatile regions. We don't want to be in those volatile regions. 34 is good, healthy, not an issue. 35.5 on the daily is fantastic. I was surprised to see that we've built a new support area around there. But so far we're at 36. I'm not really concerned. Now on the daily, it's looking completely different. So on the weekly, we are overbought. On the daily, we are oversold, right? On the daily, we are oversold. So the last few days, with the dumps that we've had, we've come back to a buy zone, right? So which means we're in a good territory right now. Market's looking like it wants to reset. It has technically almost reset. There's one more little area of the RSI. So not the stochastic RSI, the RSI that has shown us indications that maybe another day or two we can go down. And there's something quite funny. There was a video I did, and I've mentioned this before as well. There's a video I did, and I talked about the 18th, right? And it was all based on the RSI average, right? So when does the RSI move up, or when does the RSI move down? And there was an average maths involved, and it showed me that it was going to be around the 18th where we will peak out and we'll dump. Now, coincidentally, 18th, 19th, whatever you want to call it, 19th is a Sunday. So, 19th looks good. That means that we could have a week of bearishness next week, but it could easily go sideways on the daily, and that could turn out to be really, really good for us, right? So anything right now, obviously we can't predict, but just based on maths, things seem to be looking okay, right? I know we wasn't expecting a dump until a certain time, but it happened a few days earlier. And the dump could easily finish off around that time, and then we could move on, right? So that's what we're going to look at. Let's just wait for that, hope for this, and see where it goes. But if it does, then the market should start to pump really hard. So if we don't, like, what I'm saying is, if we do not drop below the 34 on the weekly or the 35.5 on the daily, and we hover around the 36K, right? Or possibly even go and test slightly higher numbers, then guys, the next move is going to be a bigger move, right? So next move, yes, we're going to pump even harder, even more, and you should see all the alts also start to pump around that time, and you should start seeing big pumps. Like the other day, I did see some altcoins, they were doing like 20, 30, 40, even some of them did 50% pumps, right? So I mean, when you're doing a 15 to 20% pump per day, things start to change, right? Things start to look really, really nice. So that's what I'm going to say. Just keep an eye out for these big moves that are coming. They're the ones that are going to be really significant. And just keeping an eye isn't good enough if you're not holding it. Now, if you're not holding it and you've been considering buying something or picking up, your favorite altcoin, exchanging this for that or buying this for that, whatever you want to do, right? Now is an opportunity. This is kind of, I wouldn't say buy the dip, right? Buy the dip is when you're starting to top up whatever you got. But this is definitely one of those. It's like an opportunity. It's like every time the market starts pumping, the market gives you opportunities to enter the market. So you would have, if you bought it during the pump, it would have been pumped up 20%, but then you get a 10%, 15% dip, and that's giving you an opportunity to make that 15% as a profit later on. But whatever you do, remember guys, don't fall in love with the coins. Whatever you buy, always make sure to take your profits, especially on the upside. Take your profits, and carry on with it. And always pick when you're picking coins, there's thousands and thousands of coins. So all I'm going to say, and this is not a financial advice, pick the best ones, right? Yes, low caps will show you bigger numbers, that yes, it's possible that this might happen, but that's like, you're gambling, right? Don't gamble. Look for the ones that are going to give you the guaranteed results, right? And the guaranteed results are only going to come from coins that we know have the chance of doing a 20, 30, 40% pump, right? So don't look at the 2x, 3x and this and that. Believe me, in the trading game, right, if you can make 10% a month, you're a great trader. Here, cryptocurrency is giving you opportunity to make 10% a day. Not a month, 10% a day, right? You're a genius if you do that. So take that opportunity and, up your trading game that way. You can buy, sell, do whatever you want, but keep those profits coming in. Lock those profits in, 10%, 10%, 10%. If you can do that every day, you're laughing, right? So I know a lot of people want to 10x something or 20x something. Guys, you don't need to 100x anything. You can literally do 10%, as long as you want, right? You can do 10%, 10%, and you can do 1,000% like that, right? When you multiply, you can do 100 trades and you can do 1,000%. That's like a 10x, right? So think about that. But other than that, look, I'm not going to say anything else. I just wanted to say, like obviously I just want to warn you guys, like, look, on the weekly we are overbought, so we can probably see a little bit more bloodiness. On the daily, we are showing signs that we want to move back up again. We've almost done the reset, which is good. Dates, timelines pretty much aligned, not exact, but it's okay. I'm not really concerned. And yeah, I mean, this is an opportunity. So if you want to pick up some coins that you never picked up or whatever, or you're looking at, now's the chance, right? But just don't be stupid. Remember, don't be stupid. Always take your profits if you can, whatever you can, skim off the top. Do it, right? Because that's what's going to keep you moving in this game. Don't be that guy that goes out, takes his weekly salary, monthly salary, whatever, and chucks it into crypto and then says, oh no, I can't pay my bills anymore. Well, you're stupid. You don't do that, right? Don't do trades like that. You want to be in and out, making 5-10%, whatever. If you can do that every day, you're laughing. You're a great trader. So other than that, like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.